Kingsman: The Golden Circle is, of course, the sequel to Kingsman: The Secret Service, which is a movie I really love, and it's once again directed by Matthew Vaughn. And Kingsman: The Golden Circle, the Kingsman group is destroyed. Eggsy is the only Kingsman left, and it's up to him to stop the evil group called the Golden Circle and their devious plans. Like I said before, guys, I love the first Kingsman movie, Kingsman: The Secret Service. This movie was a huge surprise when I first saw it. Wasn't expecting much, and that's the type of movie I love to go in, not expecting much about it. As soon as I went into this movie when I saw it in 2015, I was like, whoa, this movie is freaking awesome. And I love the cast, and I remember I rewatched my original review of this movie back in 2015 where I said I didn't like the character of Eggsy. I like it. I rewatched the movie again, and I really like the character a lot, especially in this movie. Now, what do I think of Kingsman: The Golden Circle is that this movie, I think it's pretty good. This is a pretty good sequel, but in comparison to this movie, sort of a disappointment, I'll say. This is not a terrible movie at all. I'm not going to trash on Kingsman: The Golden Circle, but I do think that this movie is sort of a letdown in comparison to the first movie. I felt that this movie, as sometimes it got a little bit boring, and I felt that the runtime could have been shortened down. But I do gotta say, this movie is tons and tons of fun. The action sequence in this movie, especially the opening action sequence in this movie, were pretty freaking awesome, especially for a movie like this. Should have been released during the summertime, but since he has so many other movies in the summertime, like War for the Planet of the Apes, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Baby Driver, which I have yet to see. I need still to see that. I know that came out Blu-ray yesterday. But anyways, Kingsman and Golden Circle, the action sequence in this movie I thought were pretty freaking cool. Like I said, the opening action sequence I thought was very awesome. And so many other action sequences in this movie. This movie is just the definition of just big budget blockbuster fun. This is just big blockbuster fun. And since the first movie already set up the tone for this universe and this franchise that we have already, or we're just very big, over the top, crazy, wacky. I mean, in the first movie we had like a woman with blades for feet. How crazy and over the top can you get? And they went even more crazy some of the stuff in this movie, like guy with an electric whip, like that, or I mean not a whip, a lasso. I mean, how awesome can you get with that? This movie, it just all balls to the walls mayhem and crazy. And that's what I really like about this movie. What Matthew Vaughn has done really well with the first two Kingsman movies is that his direction and the style for the first two movies are so great that I can't imagine anybody else directing a third movie, if there is going to be a third movie, because this movie, for what I've been hearing, is doing very well. The box office on its like its first weekend or whatever. I'm not really sure. I haven't been keeping track of the box office lately as far as films right now, so I don't really know how well this movie is doing. But critical wise, this movie is being split down the middle, and I can definitely see why. But like I said before, this movie isn't terrible. This movie isn't awful. This movie is like one of the worst movies I've seen ever. No, it's not. It's a pretty good movie, but I have some issues with this movie. My main problem with Kingsman: The Golden Circle is the villain played by Julianne Moore. Now, the villain played by Samuel L. Jackson in the first movie, I thought was a pretty funny villain. I really enjoyed his performance and his motivation. Julianne Moore's portrayal of the villain in this movie, I thought was very, like, I don't know how to feel about her in this movie. Like, she wasn't bad. She wasn't great either. She was just, I don't know. I'm very conflicted. I have a very conflicted opinion on her in this movie, and her motivation and her evil scheme in this movie. I mean, like I said before, this movie and this entire universe that we have is very over the top and crazy. While her scheme in this movie I thought went way too far on the over the topness and the craziness and the wackiness. I feel like okay, this feels like it would have came out of a Saturday morning cartoon. Like something like Ninja Turtles or Inspector Gadget or whatever. It felt too cartoonish for me. especially since the first movie had a good balance of the seriousness and the campiness. This movie, I just felt like the campiness went way too overboard. And there are certain characters in this movie that I felt that were very underused, and they could have just easily just cut these characters out the movie, or a character I didn't really care about, where the character played by Halle Berry, Channing Tatum, and Jeff Bridges. When I heard that these guys were gonna be in this movie, I was very excited since I see them in the trailers and stuff like that too. I'm like, okay, these guys are gonna kill it. They're gonna knock it out of the park. They're gonna be awesome in this movie, and they're not really in the movie all that much, especially Channing Tatum's character, which I won't spoil anything because something happens to him early in this movie. But I thought that his character was gonna be like the coolest character throughout this entire movie, but he wasn't. He just was. I won't, like I said, I won't spoil anything. But it was just see, this is what I hate about movies so much. We see a trailer for a movie, especially with a movie like this. You're thinking, man, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be cool. This is gonna be amazing. Like, yeah, so many people in this movie. We watch the movie, and you're just like, well, that's not how I thought it was gonna be. And that's how I can describe Kingsman: The Golden Circle. It wasn't how I thought it was gonna be, but I left the movie pretty. That was pretty good. That was good enough. But no, scratch that. It could have been more than just good enough. This is a movie where we come from a movie where nobody was expecting that to be good, where you gotta do something even better with the sequel. But unfortunately, I felt like they just dropped the ball with this movie in a way. I didn't hate the movie or anything. It sounds like I am now that I really talk about it more and more and more. But this movie, I felt that it could have been improved a little bit better. They could have just rewrote some things from the script and improve on the story, and they could have just made a better movie than what we got. Will I buy this movie on Blu-ray? Yeah, sure. Just for the cool action sequences and some of the funny moments in this movie, because this movie is also very, very hilarious. I was laughing my butt off throughout this entire movie. I mean, that's the thing about the first Kingsman. Like I said, it had the balance of the campiness and the seriousness, and it could be a very funny movie and a very action-packed movie. And this movie is just it's very, very funny. But sometimes I feel like with some of the over the topness and craziness, it could go a little bit too overboard on that. With him like, okay, let's just keep it down a notch, people. Let's just keep it down a notch. If I was working with 20th Century Fox working on this movie, I was like, okay, let's keep that down a notch. Let's just rewrite some of the things in this movie. Let's make it a little bit serious. But we're talking about a sequel to a movie where there's a woman with blades for feet. So I'm gonna give Kingsman: The Golden Circle a B minus. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to more reviews coming your way. And let me know what you guys think of Kingsman: The Golden Circle in the comment section down below. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. And next review is most definitely either going to be the original Blade Runner or Blade Runner 2049. Because I need to see that movie pronto. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.